Hi, my name is Bev Kamotho from Redeem the Time for Life, and I help women find, develop, and pursue their God purpose. Today's video is about how to plan during COVID-19, so stay tuned. What I'd like to do is answer two questions today regarding how to plan for COVID-19. So the first one being, how can a person plan in such a time of uncertainty? And the second question is, why should a person plan since we don't know when this thing is going to end? So stay tuned and I'll answer those two questions. So first question is, how can a person plan in such times of uncertainty? So what I'd like to give you a fact that you all know about is that COVID-19 we're very much in a season of uncertainty. That is a fact, hands down. But what I'd like to turn your attention to during this time is the truth, and the truth that comes from God's word. And Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 says, there is a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens. So that particular verse really is what we need to hold on to as women of faith, knowing that this season that we're in will come to an end because there is a time for everything. So therefore, that is why we should plan during this time, because we are actually going to be coming out of the COVID-19 season into a new season. We don't fully know what it's going to look like, but we need to begin to plan. The second question I want to answer is, how can a person plan in such times? And so what I would say to you is this, is when I looked through the scriptures on searching for the word balance, the only way that I found it in the scriptures was used as a noun. So as an item that you weigh items with. I didn't see any evidence of it being used as a verb, which is what we hear about in the world. We hear that you need to have a balanced life, live a balanced life, and things like that. But I could not find evidence of it being used as a verb, as to something that we do with our lives in the Bible. What I did find is evidence of order. So what I would suggest to you, ladies of faith, is that you have order over balance in your life. So you're probably thinking, okay, great. And you can take a look if you want to see some examples. It's right throughout the Bible from Old Testament to New Testament. And God teaches us about this order, especially in the Ten Commandments. When we look at the first couple of commandments, it's our relationship with God. So how we are to be with God. So that's the first thing that you need to have in order. The second, in the middle, the commandments in the middle tell us how we need to be with our family. Right? So that's the second thing in order. And then lastly, the last couple of commandments of the Ten Commandments tell us how we are to deal with others. So that's an example of the principle of order. And there's several other examples that you can go and search for yourself and find that evidence. So let me give you some practical tips now in getting order in your life. Now that we've established that we do need to plan because we are going to be coming out of this season, and then now the how to get started planning. So the first thing I would say that you need to do to get into order is you need to read the scriptures and identify order, the principle of order that God is trying to teach us in the scriptures. And the second thing is you need to seek God's help in putting order into your life. So you need to pray about and ask God, how should you put order in your life? And thirdly and lastly, you need to then plan and act on making these necessary changes. So you need to be in God's word as regularly as possible. I would challenge you to do that daily. And then you will be able to get insight from God in terms of how you can start to make those changes in your life. So stay tuned for another video on more details on how you plan and you act during this time of COVID-19. Be blessed and see you next time.